ask you, what's your favorite thing about doing these clinics?
Plus, I need to pinpoint the volunteer.
It's really hard to pick just one thing. I really love to see the improvement that the kids are able to make in such a short time. I think there's a lot of connections made. Maybe they've heard their coach saying the same thing over and over and over again, but it hasn't quite clicked yet. And so seeing those like aha moments where something clicks for a kid, and not just with technique, maybe it's also with confidence or with the right mindset or with nutrition, but seeing these kids like fully understand what it means to elevate their swimming, become an elite athlete, even at a young age, thinking of themselves as more and as worthy. I'd say that's my favorite part. You just see something happen and it just clicks.
And with the social media age, do you ever have kids that because you're at UC Cunder and you go somewhere else later, but do you ever have kids get in touch with you later and say, hey, I just did this because I used what you guys showed me,
Yep, definitely. Yeah. We actually just watched World Juniors, and we saw Kieran Smith come in second, I think it was yesterday, and he reached out to us, and we were a big part of his swimming. He came to some of our clinics and really enjoyed them. He posted a video about how much they helped him. So, there's that level of it, but we also have kids that maybe they've never even made it across the pool, and they're able to do that now. But we do have a lot of kids that reach out to us and say, hey, even the next swim meet I dropped a second, or the next year they were able to get to that next place. So we have kids do that all the time, and I'm excited because this is Sarah's first clinic. I'm excited for her to be able to see that growth. But we even have kids who have been to our clinics go to the Olympics. We've had kids that have been to our clinics become clinicians now. So it's really cool now that I've been around for 8 years to see these kids go from kids to being amazing swimmers, and then even beyond that. So we have a lot of kids that reach out to us and tell us what an impact that we've made, and it's really, really rewarding.
And the things you guys were teaching today to the younger swimmers, even if you're not maybe naturally gifted athletically, how much can you improve just if you get some of the basic forms down and stuff?
So much. I would never have called myself athletically gifted. Like, I never was. But it was, I just remember a few key points where I'd have a teammate, or I'd attend a clinic, or have a coach get in the water and demonstrate for me what it's done, when it's done correctly. Demonstrate for me a drill that maybe I've been working on. And you just see those mind-body connections, those neural pathways begin to form. A lot of the drills we did today are to challenge them. And a lot of them are going to fail over and over and over at those drills. I know for sure the first time I did these drills, I would be so bad at them. Even when I started doing clinics, I would still be bad at these drills. So, we want to give these kids also tools to kind of build on what we taught them today so they continuously practice. Because it's sometimes it goes up here, but then it has to go into here.
Guess the other thing I was asking you is, being in the Olympian yourself, what kind of impact does that have? Do you think some of those kids might pay more attention because they hear that word first and they think, well, she must know what she's talking about? Is if you just,
Right. So not only am I a stranger, so it's not like they're going to be super silly with me, but I've been there, done that, and I've been through what they've been through, And sometimes I know for me especially, like looking at my coach, and it's hard to imagine him as like a kid in the water and stuff, and or think about my parents too. My parents would try to give me advice, but no, that's mom and dad, So then coming from like a totally neutral third party, and somebody who has been there and done that, been through the whole process, I think that we're able to connect with the kids, hopefully on a different level. That's our goal, is to be just a completely separate source of knowledge for them. But also, like I said, like being able to get in the water, I think makes it really connect to them. Like, oh wow, this is a swimmer. Look at how she moves. Look at how she can swim. I think that that's a big part of it also.
And lastly, as personally was, what did it mean to get a chance to be in the two Olympics you were in? What most stands out about that whole experience to you?
I have yet to be able to tell the story without crying, but when I first made my first Olympic team, I just remember I wouldn't talk to anybody until I got a phone so I could call my mom. So for me, it's not about just me making the Olympic team. It's about this dream that I had, but that so many people were a part of. That, my mom really, and my dad and my brother, all these things run through my mind about all the people that helped me get there. And being able to do that is just something, it's obviously I'm really proud of myself, but you just really appreciate how many people were a part of that journey. So both of my Olympic Games were more about, the struggle and the people that helped me get there, and being able to realize that these people love me so much that they're willing to help me with that.
this. What did you think of the whole experience?
Oh, I'm just, I was super excited to come do it, and I think my expectations fell short of reality even then. So it was, I've never had the opportunity to work with kids like this and to be able to see that kind of like light bulb moment where they just kind of go, oh. And to be a part of that, I think is just, that's so meaningful, and I'm so proud that I'm finally able to give back to the sport that's given me so much.
Is this something you can see yourself doing more down the road?
Oh, certainly. Kind of got a little bump in the road coming up with some surgery, but I fully intend to be doing these on a regular basis moving forward.
As you guys, you got your own career going on right now too. Obviously, is the next Olympics something that's a goal of yours to get into?
Certainly. I think while I do need to attend medical school sometime in my life, I would feel very disappointed in myself if I didn't push for 2020. And even if I don't make the team, just to put everything I have out there and say, I gave it my best go, and whether it makes it or not is really irrelevant.
How tough is that, by the way, the Olympic trials, just to get through that experience? Because the United States has so many good swimmers. Is it almost as tough as the Olympics itself? Though?
I mean, there are events at Olympic trials where the third place person who doesn't get to go would have been third at the Olympic Games. And, that's a really hard pill to swallow sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
But to be a part of Team USA is such an amazing experience. I wouldn't, even if I had citizenship somewhere else, I wouldn't want to swim for another country because of what it means to be a member of the US swim team.
I was asking you too about just the recent World Championships too. What was it like to get that experience and be part of a gold medal relay and stuff?
Just absolutely unbelievable. I've never felt more patriotic, and as they played the national anthem, I felt myself start to cry, and to be surrounded by my teammates and blessed with this honor is just the most amazing experience, and I hopefully we'll repeat it in the future. But got to get back to work for that.
I was wondering too, when you were a little kid yourself, did you ever get to do anything like this or meet somebody that was, what you are now? Like, did anybody stand out in your early years? You really remember?
I remember doing clinics with Josh Davis when I was probably about the same age or younger than some of those kids we had in the morning session, and just to hear from someone who's done all these things. I mean, I think I didn't really have the scope of knowledge to know even what was possible in swimming, and to see someone who had been there and done it all was really eye-opening. I think that was when that dream started for me, and I remember we were watching a video, they were doing kind of a montage of the team that was going to go to the 2000 games, and I turned to my mom, I'm like 5 years old, and go, I'm going to do this someday. And she was like, okay, if that's what you want, then we'll support you, and here we are. So.